Mid-American Conference play starts on Saturday. Ohio football heads to Kent State. I'm Russ Eisenstein, the voice of the Ohio Bobcats, and our game preview is presented by the Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau. Ohio's 2-2. Kent State is 1-3. Ohio's 10-2 in the last 12 MAC openers. This is the 11th straight season that Ohio opens up league play away from home. 11 in a row. Ohio won at Akron last year. Back up to Northeast Ohio this year. The Bobcats did have a string of 8 in a row that they won to start off league play. That ended in 2020, the COVID-shortened season, when Ohio lost by 3 at Central Michigan. Ohio has seen Kent State a bunch to start off league play. The last home opener was in 2011 against KSU. Ohio won at 17-10. Tyler Tettleton had a couple of touchdown passes in that game. 2014, Josiah Yazdani's field goal won it for the Cats. Ohio won 17-14. That was A.J. Ouellette's coming out party. In 2018, Ohio started off conference play at Dick Stadium. Nathan Rourke had a touchdown with less than 2 minutes left in the game. Javon Hagan sealed it with a pick. Ohio won it 27-26. In the series against Kent State, Ohio's 6-game winning streak against the Golden Flashes ended with the 7-point loss here at Peden Stadium last year. You'll remember Kent State won the East Division, so Ohio played pretty well against KSU. Bobcats come in after the record-setting performance by Curtis Rourke last ball game against Fordham. The 59-52 win, painted green and white with 537 passing yards from the Canadian Cat QB. That's a school record. He also had a school record 41 pass completions in the game. That's pretty good, too. Ohio's defense certainly needs to tighten up, but it was a good primer last week against the Rams because Kent State runs a high-tempo offense, and Ohio certainly has the ability to lock down defensively, and hopefully that can happen on Saturday. As for Kent State, they cashed $5 million worth of game checks in playing Power 5 competition. They played pretty well against him, too. Lost to Washington in the opener. They were down just 7-3 against Oklahoma at halftime. And then this past week, they went to Georgia and lost by just 17 against the top-ranked Bulldogs. Quarterback Dustin Crum is gone, so it's Colin Schlee this go-around. 4 touchdown passes this year, 3 interceptions. Marquez Cooper, good running back, 1,000-yard rusher last year, has a couple of scores this year. The combination of Dante Cephas and Devontae Walker, they combined for 500 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns this year. Caleb Johns leads the MAC in sacks. Graduate linebacker, he's got 4, and he also has 7 tackles for loss. It is their homecoming, so it should be a good atmosphere. Hopefully the green-clad fans will make the trip. If you can't, it's on ESPN+, and our coverage on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield begins at 2:30 with the kick at 3:30. Bobcats and Golden Flashes. That's our game preview presented by the Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau on the web at AthensOhio.com. For Jordan Bowes, I'm Russ Eisenstein. This is Bobcat TV. What a difference a year can make. Last year, Black Friday at Bowling Green, Ohio lost to the Falcons to conclude a 3-win campaign. Fast forward to this year, and there's so much to be thankful for on this Thanksgiving week. Ohio has 8 wins, 6 in conference play, has won 6 in a row, undefeated on Frank Solich Field at Peden Stadium, and they've got a chance to win the East with a victory over Bowling Green on Tuesday night. I'm Russ Eisenstein, the voice of the Ohio Bobcats. Our game preview presented by the Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau. Ohio is 8-3, 6-1 in the MAC. Bowling Green is 6-5, 5-2 in the league. Ohio deserves to be in this position, one of, if not the best team in the league. Everything is working, offense, defense, and special teams. Kudos to the players, the coaching staff, the support staff, for allowing this game to happen for Ohio to try to win their 5th MAC East title. We wonder about the health of quarterback Curtis Rourke. KR7 was hurt at the end of the first half at Ball State. We wonder about his status moving forward, and we certainly worry and are concerned about his health and well-being. In good spirits, and we'll see if he's able to go on Tuesday night. If not, it's C.J. Harris, who's been around the program for a number of years, and he certainly stepped in and did well offensively at Ball State to make sure that the train ran on time offensively. Did a good job as Ohio won over the Cardinals last week. Alvin Floyd on the defensive side is the MAC East's Defensive Player of the Week. He had a ceiling pick against the Cardinals in Muncie last week. As for Bowling Green, they deserve to be in this spot too. Major kudos to Scott Loeffler, their staff, and their players for getting to this spot. Remember, Ohio was picked 4th in the league on the east side. BG was picked 5th, and maybe we should have known that they were trending in the right direction in the opener as they went toe-to-toe in the first half, certainly against UCLA. The Bruins turned out to have a really good year. That was a loss at the Rose Bowl, but they played really well. 7 overtime loss to Eastern Kentucky, an overtime win over Marshall, and then, of course, last week, with 9 seconds left, they had the game-winning score to blast past their rivals Toledo at the Glass Bowl. They only have 7 rushing touchdowns this year. Matt McDonald's their quarterback, 21 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. They have a top 5 guy in the country in tackles for loss and sacks. Carl Brooks on their defensive line is very, very good. Ohio's the opportunity to beat them, to paint the East Division green and white, to take on Toledo and Detroit on December the 3rd. Back in 2009, we had a tremendous atmosphere at Peden Stadium for that winner-take-all game against Temple. We had 14,000 there on that day. Felt like 40,000. If you can make it, we'd love to see you for Ohio and the Falcons. If you can't make it, it's on ESPNU. Connor Onion will have the play-by-play call there. Turn him down a little bit so you can listen to the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield. Our pregame coverage starts at 6 with the kick at 7. Rob Cornelius and I will be there for you. That's our game preview. It's Ohio and Bowling Green. If the Cats win it, it's off to Detroit. For Jordan Bowes, I'm Russ Eisenstein. This is Bobcat TV.